Winter crept into Pinocheto Forest earlier than usual that year. Frost glazed the ferns, small ponds froze around the edges, and Bramble's favorite berry bushes retired for the season without any warning. This, naturally, meant Bramble was hungry, and a hungry Bramble often led to Bramble making interesting choices. One crisp morning, while trudging along the riverbank searching for anything edible, Bramble spotted something unusual. A human in a big green jacket jotting notes into a notebook. A park ranger. The very same ranger who had once delivered the legendary forest bulletin titled, "Please do not approach the dizzy bear." Bramble groaned internally. The ranger spotted him. "There you are," she said brightly, stepping closer in a way that made Bramble seriously question her survival instincts. "I've been looking for you." Bramble blinked. "Why?" The ranger flipped open her notebook. "I'm gathering data on unusual wildlife behavior, and you, my friend, have quite the reputation." Bramble sighed so deeply the frost puffed off the ground. The ranger, completely undeterred, began her interrogation. "Why were you running in circles that one morning?" she asked. "Do you often hide in bushes? And are you aware the quail are still upset about the incident?" Bramble sat there silently, wishing he could explain that the whole thing had been one giant misunderstanding involving a mysterious plant he would never, ever go near again. But Bramble was a bear, which meant his only available answer was a low, rumbly "GRRRF." The ranger scribbled this down like it meant something incredibly profound. Just when Bramble thought the conversation was finally ending, a group of hikers wandered by, and one of them carried a backpack with that same recognizable frog patch. Bramble stared at it, frozen. The ranger noticed his expression. "Oh, do you know that backpack?" Bramble shook his head rapidly, very rapidly, probably too rapidly. The ranger frowned. Suspicious." The hikers waved politely, entirely unaware they were carrying an object that haunted Bramble's dreams. One of them set the backpack on a nearby rock. Bramble's fur bristled. "No, no, no, no. Not again." He pointed dramatically at it, as dramatically as a bear can point, then shook his head with a violent "don't even think about it" energy. The ranger stared, her eyes wide. "Are you warning me about the backpack?" Bramble nodded so hard his ears flopped. The ranger gasped. "Of course, it all makes sense. You must be allergic to frog symbols." Bramble froze mid. That was not even close. But before he could attempt another bear-sized clarification, the ranger walked over to the hikers and announced, "Excuse me, for the safety of our local wildlife, please remove any and all frog-themed gear within Pinocheto Forest." The hikers, looking baffled but compliant, tucked the backpack away. The ranger turned back to Bramble, beaming with pride. There, problem solved. Bramble didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or just hibernate early and forget this ever happened. By nightfall, the entire forest was buzzing. The squirrels whispered, "Did you hear? He's afraid of frogs." The deer murmured, "No, no, he has mystical frog sense." The owls hooted from the branches, declaring, the bear sees omens in the shape of amphibians." Bramble just covered his face with his paws. The next morning, Bramble encountered the ranger again. She was posting a brand new bulletin. Please be mindful. Local bear has frog-related sensitivities. Bramble stared at the sign for a long moment. After some deep internal debate, he decided this was still a major improvement over the old bulletin. So he shrugged a big, furry shrug, yawned, and lumbered off into the snowy trees. Sometimes life didn't give you the reputation you wanted, but at least this one didn't involve running into bushes or inhaling mysterious smoke. Bramble could live with that.